Hello everybody, quick little update today just on my plans. Basically I am going to be digging from there where the fork is, a trench along there, preparing it with manure and compost, adding lots of it to the soil, digging it over, and then I will be going and fetching the yellow raspberries all the way from the top of the allotment over there where I showed you last time, and transplanting them over here. I have just noticed some little buds on them, so they're obviously coming out of their dormancy and starting to grow. So if I don't do it now, then I'm going to be too late and they'll have to stay there for another year. So I will get on with it and show you an update later. So these are the raspberries. I had yellow raspberries last year as well as red ones, and these ones with the sort of light browny yellowy canes with all the new growth on is exactly where the yellow ones last year. I was a bit worried about the fact that I wasn't going to know which ones were yellow and which ones were red, so but it's now very evident, because the yellow ones were ready in the summer and they're the ones with all the new growth. And then I've got a variety here which you can obviously see is a different colour, and they're only just starting to bud. So I think I've figured out which ones are red and which ones are yellow. So I will be digging up the yellow ones first, like I've done there already, and taking them down and planting them at the bottom in the freshly prepared new soil. So I will show you again in a minute. So here we go everybody, end of the yellow raspberry saga. And yeah, it feels like it's been a saga because it's taken me so long. What I thought was going to be you know, a day or so of moving some yellow raspberry canes and then quickly getting onto the red ones turned into 3 and a bit days just on the yellow ones. So as you can see, I have planted them way too close together. I am perfectly aware of that, but I just had so many. I gave some away to some of my allotment neighbours, 2 of them in fact, probably about 20 canes each. I gave about 30 canes to one of my friends for her garden, and I still had way too many. So I have done a single row just here at the front, and then I ran out of space on the second row and I just got a bit stressed about it, and a friend of mine, the one that I gave the raspberry canes to, suggested why don't I do a double row, because I can pick from that side on that path and from this side, and that will leave me some more space. So I know it's not ideal, but they're about 1.5 foot apart in terms of the row that way, the 2 rows, and then as you can see, some places they're a hand width apart, some places they're closer together, some places a little bit more, somewhere between sort of 3 and 6 inches apart, which I know is not great, but that's what they needed to be. So we'll sort them out. Once again, they didn't get pruned or anything last year or thinned out, so I don't know which are last year's canes, which are this year's canes, which are going to carry fruit, which are not. So they're all in here basically, and we will see what happens this year basically. So I'm going to erect some supports for them to grow up, or to be tied to soon, but I'll show you as soon as I've done that. So and then basically what's going to happen at the back, there's still a whole bunch of red raspberries at the top, so I will move them soon and they will be forming a big line at the back there, and maybe extend this bed here to go the same length as that bed there, so maybe do some red ones there if I've not got enough space. Yeah, I've still got the ones in the tub that needs to go out as well, and they're just all starting to bud and starting to come into growth basically. So all of this needs happening soon, so I'll speak to you again later. Hello everybody, and it's the 20th of March today. This morning was the solar eclipse, and wasn't it spectacular? It's been a fantastic day today, really hot and sunny. I've only just put my fleecy top back on as it's about 5 o'clock, and I've been working on the allotment all day today, and it's been t-shirt weather. It's been a glorious day. I will do a little video to show you what I've done with the raspberries shortly, but I just wanted to quickly show you the cherry tree I've been given. I was also given a Victoria plum tree, but more on that later. One of my allotment neighbours, and I'll just turn you around for a minute. One of my allotment neighbours, his hobby is grafting various trees onto different rootstocks, and his whole allotment is basically full of trees. I don't think he grows anything else but trees, and he has got hundreds of little trees that I don't believe he's got space for. So I consulted him this morning about pruning my apple trees, because that's my job for the weekend, and I just wanted to double check that I was going to be doing it right, which he confirmed I had the right idea. When he said, "Oh, would you like a cherry tree and a plum tree?" So he has given me those. So this is my little cherry tree. It is only dinky tiny, so that's the rootstock there. It's been grafted there and there, apparently. Not that I know much about it. And it is, he did tell me the variety, it's a hairy, looks like hairy cordia, which is apparently a really nice eating variety. So there we go. Do you get anything else than eating variety cherries? Not sure. Anyway, so it's a tiny little one, 2 main branches, lots and lots of buds on it, which looks good, and I am just going to be planting it in this hole, which I've dug a little bit earlier. I dug it to about the length of 2 spades deep, and filled it with compost and manure. The trick with planting trees is to not plant them deeper than what they were planted before. So Gary kindly dug this one out of the ground for me earlier, so it needs to go in today, and I can see from this that it's too deep at the moment. So I didn't bring a cane, but basically at the moment the soil level will be about there, so I need to bring that up a little bit. So I will fill in the hole with more compost, put the cherry tree in, get it level, and then fill it all nicely in. Remember to stamp down around the tree, because that just gets the roots nice and firm into the ground, and the tree won't feel disturbed then. So make sure you step on the ground all around it and firm it in nice and firm. So that's it for my cherry tree, and I'll show you again in a minute. So that's the little cherry tree in the ground, nicely firmed in, and now we just wait for all those little buds to start opening and for it to grow. My daughter just said, "Are we going to have cherries this year?" And I said, I very much doubt it. That's only a baby tree, and it might be 2 or 3 years before we see something. But we'll have to wait and see. Depends on how old the rootstock was, I'm told. I just don't know enough about it. Maybe I'll read up a bit. So that's it for today, and we'll catch up again soon. Hello everybody. Today is the big shed building exercise. So we've started. It's a very cold day and very, very windy. So I have enlisted the help of Adam, my husband. Adam, wave. And Alyssa and Ryan. Can we see Ryan? Ryan's back there. Okay, we will catch up with you and show some progress in a minute. Time for a cup of tea. We've all been hanging on to the shed for dear life because the wind's trying to blow it away. And these are the munchkins. One Alyssa and one Ryan. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. We're just having a cup of tea and then we'll keep building. See you in a minute. Right, it's lunchtime and we're just putting the roof trusses and bracing support beams and stuffies on. So yeah, we're going to break for lunch in a minute and then we'll be back a little bit later with the roofing, I suppose. So there we go, folks. End of day one. We have been fighting the wind all day. At time it took 4 of us to hold it down. So it was a bit harder than we thought. We felt it one side so far. Windows are in. Everything else is nailed down to within an inch of its life. So yeah, the doors need a bit of adjusting and cutting to make them fit, and the other bits of felt needs doing, and then all the finishing touches. So hopefully tomorrow afternoon that'll be our job. So we'll see you again soon. Bye. Okay, so it is Monday the 23rd of March, and I forgot to do a little update yesterday afternoon when we finally completed the shed. So today I've come back to start installing some guttering and a lock. I've never done anything like that before, so it's all a new learning curve to me. So as you can see, I've put a little piece of guttering on there, but I don't have anything to be able to cut the next length, so I'll have to go home and rummage in my husband's garage first to see if I can find anything else. But as it stands there, folks, there is the shed. It is a 10 by 8 shed with a double door, which is lovely to get things in and out. You can see I've put some little thingies on there ready for a lock to be installed. And yeah, this is the other side. Haven't started the guttering on this side yet, and it's just about to start raining, so I'm gonna hurry home and have a cup of tea. So little bits every so often, and I'm sure you can start to see the progress. So I'll speak to you again soon.